Bailey, an early short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Johnson. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Watch 54.
Throwing on third down, Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the back. That kind of a start and comes through clean. Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Watch it.
They run again on first down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Cousins now from the 50.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
40 to hunt. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 13, it's a first down. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Come on now, let's go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Following the interception, Cousins. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I got you.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches.
Action, Cousins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. All right, we got a second here. Let's have some fun. Let's be cheesy, because why not? So we have the 71st Emmys on Sunday.
No wine. Just straight cheese.
71st Emmys on Sunday. So let's hand out a few awards.
Okay.
Let's start with Best Supporting Actor right now in the NFL. Who are you going with?
I'm going with the Mustache Man, Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville. Because despite the fact that they're 1-2, got their first win last Thursday against Tennessee, he stepped in week 1 and set a record for rookie quarterbacks. What was he, 22 of 25 throwing in that game? 88% right out of the gate. And has continued good play since then. And let's face it, the Mustache Mania is...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it'll bring up third down. Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
But it brings up fourth down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A toss to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards. 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Let's see what you got.
To throw, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They begin the drive with Johnson. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2.
Check, check. Lucky. Big air. Check 99. Check 99.
Here's Watson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Back now in Houston, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Check 41. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 22. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Watson, off play action. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught at the 10. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 46 yards. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Switch. Back. 55. Wait. No. Off. Check 37. Shoot. He's coming. 55. We got double up.
Now Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. Shedding through the defense. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 41-yard line.
And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively.